Hello, friends and family. Welcome to Marcie Creates. This is Marcie. And today we're going to be making a necklace with the March color palette challenge that I posted on my Facebook group under Marcie Creates. So if you haven't joined Marcie Creates, please go ahead and do so if you like. I do post color challenges, color palette challenges the first day of every month. And for all of you that responded in the Facebook group that you wanted to see videos based on what I post, that's what we're going to do today. So I just have this paper covering our palette. So don't mind this. I couldn't find something I wanted to use over it. I'll have to think about that. But I wanted to be kind of a surprise, even though it's not really because you've seen it. But I'm going to go ahead and do a reveal. So this is our palette. I'm going to walk you through for those of you who aren't part of the Facebook group, although please do join. We would love to have you. So this is the color palette. Now I've cut the picture up because I just wanted to focus on the colors, but you see the full picture in the Facebook group. But these are the colors that are in the challenge. And I tried to get as close as I could. And that's my advice to you if you're doing this or following along. I know that some of these colors can be quite subtle. So just pick ones that are closest to them. And what I do is I print out the actual picture and then I go through my stash and I try to find beads that are, comparable in color. So for this really pretty kind of harvest gold color, I found a variety of beads and different finishes. These are kind of fuzzy. And then we have some clear glass, some, and let me hold this up so you can see. Let me just do this. So you can see kind of what I've chosen. All different finishes, all different types. I just went through my stash and tried to find beads that were close to that color. And then for the green, as luck would have it, the bargain bead box had this beautiful green. So it almost matches perfectly, which was such a great coincidence. But I also pulled these number 11 seed beads to maybe do a little bit brighter green. So you can play around. You don't have to have the exact colors, what I'm trying to say. For the pink, this is kind of a dark, kind of light, dark light mauve. That doesn't make sense. I think you know what I mean. It's like a deeper pink. So I found these really pretty ceramic beads that almost match perfectly, but see how the finish is a little bit different, but that's okay. And then I found some clear ones, and I also have some delicas, almost that color. Let me hold these up. I'll hold the green up again too, but here's kind of what I picked for that salmony pink color. And then for the light pink, that was the easiest one to find beads for. So I have a lot of those. So I have this pale pink kind of glass beads here. They're flying all over because I think I filled that too full. And then I have some other pinks. I thought this boho bead was pretty, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. I might use it in a different project, but I did pull it just in case I wanted to go that way. And then the blue, something got on my blue, but again, I tried to just get colors that were close. So don't feel like you have to have the exact color. Just do the best you can with what you have um, if you're going to do this challenge. But I was excited to see that everybody wanted to see this video. I think so that's going to be part of my repertoire every month is whatever the bead challenge is. I'm going to try to get a video up that first week This month was a little bit different because there was a lot going on, and if you're part of the Facebook group, you know what I'm talking about. But I am trying to get ready for surgery, and we had a terrible tragedy. We had a death of somebody that we love very much. It was not expected. It floored everybody. It was very, very sad. So the last about 10 days have been not too fun. But if I talk any more about it, I'll start crying, and that's not the point of this video. I'm also preparing for surgery. I have a lot of tests. I'm going to be having gastric bypass surgery. So that's April 7th. So I do want to get a bunch of videos out to you all before that happens. I'm on my liquid diet right now. So everything's going fine, though. It's going well. So anyway, we're going to make a necklace with this wonderful palette that I posted for March. Be on the lookout April 1st for a newer palette. And I will be getting a video out that week on that palette. Haven't decided that palette yet, so stay tuned. All right, so I did also pick gold and silver kind of metal beads. I am going to mix my metals, and I have some, rondelles that are rhinestones, some daisy spacers, some bead caps, and some silvers. So we'll play with that. So I am just going to make a pile of these, and then we'll get started. All right. I love this. So one of the reasons I did want to talk a bit about color on these, one of the reasons this palette I think is so attractive is that you have two sets of complementary colors. So orange and blue are opposites on the color wheel, so they are complementary, and then green and red, even though these are muted versions of that, are also opposites on the color wheel. So you have two sets of complementary colors that, in the different shades, not the saturated colors that you normally see on the color wheel, but lighter versions, more opaque and shiny and clear versions of those colors really are appealing to the eye. So I just wanted to bring that up. And I am going to be doing more color videos. I did a whole series of color theory for jewelry making, and I am going to be revamping that series probably over the summer. I think I'm probably going to do maybe a 10 or 12 week color theory course. So stay tuned for that. So any of you that are a little less confident with color or how to play with color, I am hoping that this will inspire you and teach you to be a little more maybe adventuresome. Adventuresome, is that the word? All right. So today I thought we'd do a necklace. I want to do like I'm feeling very springy. So I think we should do a springy type necklace. I am using SoftFlex Extreme Flex 925 sterling silver to string today. And I am going to make a focal either, I don't know. We'll talk about that. So anyway, let's see. I've got some crimp beads here I'm going to pull out for our necklace, and I have a lobster claw we'll be using to close it. And I don't know how many of these, I don't know how fancy I'm going to get, but I'm going to pull some of these out because I always tend to drop a few or lose a few in the midst of designing. I'm a bead flinger. Beads fling everywhere. So you will have a laugh at this. I work during the day, but my job is at home, and I had backed up into a container of beads that I was sorting. I rolled my chair back, and I didn't realize I was so close to them. And of course, I banged into it, and they went flying. And you should have heard the cacophony. Oh, my word. I think maybe somebody in West Texas heard the noise. Okay, so my thought is I think I want to do like I think I want to do more than one strand of a necklace so we can really play with these colors. And if you know me, you know I like to do my color stacking. Um, so I'll probably be doing that. And I thought I would play on the complementary color uh, theme that's going on, and also play with the warm and cool metal colors. So, since we have two sets of complementary colors, I am going to do two strands. So I've got my strands cut, and this is quite long, but I want enough to kind of play with. Um, I always do pull a little extra, and whatever I have left, I save for earrings or whatever. So let's start with the first strand. So I'm not going to make it just all the two. I mean, like, I'm going to do blue and orange, but I'm also going to put little pops of the pink and the green. And then on the other strand, I'm going to do more pink and green, but little pops of this. So it all coordinates, but each complementary um, will be featured, if that makes sense. So I think we'll start with the blues, and I'm going to have that strand be on the bottom. So I have this really pretty dragonfly check glass bead with the Picasso finish, and I think I'm going to make that the focal. And I want to grab a little bit of the, oh, that's kind of interesting. So these have the copper, which is reads like orange and gold, I mean, and blue. Maybe I'll play with that. We'll put a little rhinestone and maybe a tiny pop of green at the top and the bottom. That would be pretty. Yeah, let's do that. And sorry guys, I have to get my I need some jump rings. Listen to me. I need some head pins. Boy, that one's had a rough day. Let's put that one back. He needs to rest. Okay, so let's make our focal. So I already have a little silver ball at the end of this. Um, so I am just going to, hopefully this is long enough because this one bead is pretty long. I do love that though. I love check glass. Come on. Actually, you know what? Let me do one of these seed beads. I believe this is a number 8 seed bead. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. All right. I don't think I'm going to have enough to wrap that, actually, now that I look at it. So let's do a bicone here. Yeah, that's probably better. I need enough to wrap. Now you could, if you wanted to do this, you could do 2 links. But I think I'll reserve this for the actual stringing. Okay, and I have some really cool beads in my setup, so we'll talk about those as we go on. So let me do a quick wire wrap. Just going to do a wrapped loop. Can't believe it's hump day already, you guys. The liquid diet is going well, other than I need to probably move my bed into the bathroom. But it's okay so far. You know, it's temporary. It's for 2 weeks, and then, well, then I have surgery. Be on liquids for a while, from what I understand. Okay. So I will post my transformation on the Facebook group. So if you all want to, if you're already subscribed, you're going to see that. I made that decision yesterday. Funny story, I've been on this liquid diet since Monday, so this is day 3. And last night I had a dream that the day before my surgery, I accidentally ate something because I forgot I wasn't supposed to have solid food. And I was panicking because I thought my surgery was going to be canceled. So that's how deep, psychologically deep this is going for me. Okay, so we're going to do mostly the blue and orange. And like I said, we're going to do pops of the pink and the green. So let's see. Oh, and I have these gorgeous, look at these table cut flowers. I love those. I have some ceramic discs that are really pretty. And look at these. I have these really sparkly, kind of very clear, watery looking crystals and some really pretty rondelles. And then I love these. The design on these is really fun. And then I have some daisies that'll be nice little spacers. So, and then of course we've got these really pretty flowers here. So these are all kind of a little bit different. Oh, I also have pearls. That might be nice. And then these little bicone looking beads that are kind of bumpy. So, you know, a wide variety and some bicones. So I grabbed a variety, and I think that's nice because then you have things to choose from. So right off the bat, I think uh, let's see. Let me grab some of this orange. Okay. So right off the bat, we have our complementary colors. Let's do some more blue. I think I'm going to do some of these spacers. And I think I'm going to do this side, and then I'll go do the other side off camera just so it doesn't make this video super long. Let's do another orange. Now right here, I'm going to do a little bit of pink bicone. Just a little bit. And let's do some, this is a fire polish that looks kind of orange. Blue bicone. And then we're going to do, and of course the beads are flinging already. I don't know, this may be too small for that. Yeah, bead cap it is. Oh, but I have these. These are really pretty. Do I have 2 of these? I didn't really count some stuff, so So I only have 2 of those, but I'm gonna put on the opposite side a different bead cap. I think that looks kind of cool sometimes. And these are pretty thin, so you can kind of bend them out if you need them to make them wider. But I think I'm all right with that. Now we need to do a little pop of green. Actually, since I'm doing a spring looking thing, maybe I'll do several of these to make it look like, because I'm going to put some flowers next. I think I want it to make it look like they have a stem. If that makes sense. Table cut. Oh, that's pretty. Yes, yes, yes. Grab another one of these. Another green. I love these. These orange beads aren't all orange. Let's see if I can. I want you to see without my fingers. Oh, let's do this. See how that's not the same all the way around? I think that was really cool looking. Oh, did that already. All right, and let's do another little pink bicone. All right, then I want to add one of these. Maybe a silver spacer. I really don't know what you call this shape, but they're cool. See if I can get my wire through there. I think I need to ream that one. Sometimes the coatings and stuff clog up the holes. You need a bead reamer for that, but be careful because those are very sharp. So if you have one and you use it, be careful. Let's see. Let's do the orange and blue. I really don't have a plan. I'm just gonna play around with it, you know? All right. I think I'm gonna do a pearl. Let's do another one of these spacers. Maybe some more green. I'm just using these little seed beads. I think that's all the color I want, really. Let's do another pink. Let's do a small. Orange. A little orange, number 8. I forget what these are called, but I really love the design. I know there's a name for them. Let me know in the comments if you recall what that shape is in the check beads. I mean, there's still shapes out there that I don't know exist, and then I see them and I'm like, I've never seen that before. It's pretty amazing. Let's do a few more green. Okay, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to do this side because ultimately these are going to feed into these cones. And then we're going to do, we're going to connect the 2 strands with 1 strand of beads at the top. So let me finish this up and then we'll work on the pink and the green. Okay, everybody, so we have this all strung. So I'm going to put this to the side so we can work on strand number 2, which is going to be the pinks and the greens. And we're going to do just a few little drops of blue and orange. So I think for this one, I was going to use this, but I think that's too much. But maybe, let's see, maybe I'll do one of these sparkly guys in the middle. Okay. All right, so we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to do one side, I'll do the other side, and then we'll put them together. So I am just going to start stringing. Whoops. She says as she spills beads everywhere. All right, so green. I think I may make this strand a little simpler too, so we're not going to have as much variety as the first strand. I'm going to refer to that as the focal strand. Do a little pop of blue. Let's do one of these pretty crackle beads. And another little blue. Some green. Another pink. I'll put a rhinestone rondelle. Let me make sure I have 2 of those before I... yes, I do. Okay, that's for the other side, but I wanted to make sure I had enough. Let's do a pink ceramic bead. And we'll do another green. I'm going to do a little pop of orange bicone. And let's do a pink, a smaller pink. And then maybe we'll grab one of these sparkly spacer beads. I think I'm going to do more of a pattern on this one as well. These are hard to see the holes in. It's like a mirage. What is it? Camouflage, not mirage. It's camouflaging the... There it is. Guess you just have to spin it around, huh? I like the little tiny pops of blue. That's pretty. Okay. Maybe another pop of orange, but a subtle. This is a very muted kind of frosty bicone. I mean, not bicone, but fire polish bead. Green. Let's do another little bit of green and a larger pink. Oh, you know, we haven't done this dark color in the seed beads. So let's do that, and we'll put another green. I'm alternating the sizes because I think that looks interesting. And let's see. I just want to see how these look lined up. How long I need to make that. Oh, I think, well, let's see. We want this shorter. All right, I'm going to string this other side off camera, and then we'll see what we want to do about lining them up or staggering the lengths or whatever we're going to do. So I will string this, and then we'll put them together. Okay, so I added a few more beads on the end of the blue strand, blue and orange, and I added a few more small beads on the end of our pink and green, only because we're going to be using these bead caps. They're kind of have to fit in there so that we could do the single strand. And I think before I do that, I am going to crimp these together and then cut one of the strands off so that we have a single strand. I mean, it's up to you. If the two strands fit through the beads that you want to use in the single strand, you could leave it. But I'm going to cut it. So right now I'm just crimping these together. Also, I don't want beads to go flying because, as previously stated, I love to fling beads. So, and we're not going to do a whole big long single strand, but I just want a little bit of one. So I like that. You just make sure I have these pretty tight before I crimp. Oh. I don't know if y'all can hear, but Cha-Cha's behind me snoring. In between sections of this video, I had to feed them. So their bellies are nice and full, her and Ginger, so they're snoozing. Okay, so now let's add our really pretty gold bead caps. I believe these came from a Jesse James Beads mix or a mystery box. I don't remember where I got these, but they're definitely from a mix from Jesse James Beads. So I just thought that was pretty to kind of cover that. Let's see, where's the other one? Here it is. Oh, I was going to cut one of these. I think I'm going to cut the longer one. Let's do the shorter one. I'm going to save this. I'll use it for something else. And let's nip that one. Okay. So let's add this. I just think these are really pretty. They're some of my favorites. I love to see those in a mix or a mystery box when we get those. All right. So now we're just going to do a little bit of single strand here. And I think what I'm going to do for that is just do some smaller beads in every color. So I think though at the very top I'll do a bigger bead. Maybe we should do the sparkly bead right there. And then everything else can be small. Although I'm not sure that's going to show. Yeah, I like it. Actually, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right, and then we'll do small orange on either side. And then we'll go into some smaller pinks. Do 3 of those. All the action's down here, so I'm just going to make this one strand pretty simple. Let's do a little green. And blue. Let's see. Let's do an orange and a clear pink. I think I want to do maybe just another inch. Maybe we'll just do a nice big bead right here. That doesn't look right. I'm trying to go smaller, not larger. Guess we could grab some more of these pink. Yeah. We'll do 3 more pink. And when you're working with this palette, you can decide if you want to focus more on one color and do the others as accents. I mean, that's totally up to you. So I really hope that you'll post what you make with this palette because I really love to see that. All right, so now we're going to just make our closure, and I am going to attach this lobster. And I do love this sterling silver SoftFlex wire. It's really nice to work with. It glides through the beads so nicely. Of course, all of their wire does. This one is super soft. I love it. Okay. Let's crimp that. Oh, and I was thinking, you all tell me if you like this idea. I'll ask in the Facebook group too, but I don't know how many of you are watching Elsbeth, but I happen to be a Carrie Preston fan, and that show, the outfits that she has on in that show, I absolutely, it's like one of my favorite things about the show. So whoever the costume designer is, my hat's off to them. Um, Colorful, quirky, just absolutely adorable clothing on this character, and I thought it would be fun to do an Elsbeth inspired jewelry set. So you all let me know if that's something you're interested in, and I'll take, I'm going to try to take some pictures of, or some still shots while I'm watching Elsbeth, and see if I can't figure something out as far as a quirky, funky set that we could play with. I got some beautiful beads made by Nancy Woodland. She made me some lobster beads because there was an episode where she had a lobster blazer on, and I was obsessed with lobsters after that. So those may feature. We don't, you don't know. But I mean, she has pink fuzzy things, and it may take me a little bit to go through my stash to see if these are Elsbeth worthy. But if you're interested, please let me know in the comments, or I'll also pose the question in the Facebook group if you want to respond over there. So right now I'm just making a beaded loop to attach our um, lobster claw to. I really kind of lost count because I got carried away talking about Elspeth. Let me see how much these are, how many I've got here. Let's see. I love this green, by the way. I think 3 more. Nice big loop. So I do apologize for being out so long. Sometimes life just intervenes, and I just, sometimes life gets to me a little bit. But the comments you all made in the Facebook group, those of you that tell me to take my time, I really appreciate that. I do have some of the nicest subscribers. I feel so lucky. I really do. And I just want to bring you my best self when I'm doing these. I don't want to be down in the dumps, or, I feel like that can come across. And I would rather be upbeat and inspirational than, I know that can't be possible all the time. So that's why maybe there's some time in between. But I'm hoping after this surgery, I'll be feeling a lot better. My energy level will be better. So I have plans. So let me push some things back here because we done. And I really love this palette. So let's see how I did. So here's the necklace. Here's the necklace. And what did I do with the palette? Oh, here it is. What do we think? Let me move it this way. I think I like it. It's very different, isn't it? But I think, let me move it this way too. I'll attach this. So this is not a really long necklace, but I could add an extender if I wanted. This is more of a close to your neck, which I'm getting a turkey neck in my older age, so I don't really like things really close to my neck, but um, you could always add an extender. I may do that. I don't know. I like it. It's very happy, springy colors. And, you know, what's fun about this is if you like this color combination, I mean, you could play with all sorts of designs and really just it's a way to it's a jumping off point. Let me put it that way. These are jumping off points and always up to interpretation. This is not something that you have to do exactly, or like I said, find colors that are similar. I think even if you don't have these exact colors, but you have something close, you can come up with something really cool. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me in this video today. And I appreciate all of your patience and your kind words. And I will keep you posted on surgery and all that kind of stuff. And I hope to get, obviously, some more videos out before I have that surgery. So with that, I'm going to tell you a good evening and take care of your sweet selves and your families and be safe. And I will see you on the next video.